We've also reported on cases of domestic violence in Macon and whether or not a child becomes involved. There is a Georgia law aimed at ensuring that anyone working with children knows what to do.
Camila Williams talked with a manager of a child advocacy group about how Erin's law helps prevent further abuse.
It's called Erin's Law, named after a childhood survivor, Erin. It mandates child sexual abuse prevention.
It's important because we need to make sure that people are educated on child sexual abuse so that they know how to respond.
Kimberly Sanderson is the manager at the Crescent House. They help children who may have experienced sexual assault or abuse. Sanderson says when a case is reported to them, they send the information to law enforcement or DFACS.
And if they open an investigation, then they're going to call the Crescent House and set up a time for that child to be interviewed by one of our specially trained interviewers.
Georgia is the 35th state to adopt Erin's Law, and it requires all public schools in the state to teach K through 9th grade age-appropriate education about sexual assault and abuse. Sanderson says that anyone that works with children is mandated to take a course about sexual assault and abuse prevention.
Those are people that work or volunteer in a child-serving organization, particularly with children.
Doctors, teachers, child care providers are just a few people who have to report. So for those who don't work with children, who can you call?
DFACS, the Department of Family and Children's Services, has a centralized intake number that you call.
Sanderson says signs of sexual abuse include changes in behavior. The first clue, they may go from loving to standoffish or opposite. Sanderson says if you can prevent it, then child won't have to go through an investigation. In Macon, Camila Williams, 13 WMAZ News.
If you believe a child you know has been abused, you can call DFACS Child Protective Services at 1-855-422-4453. Again, that's 1-855-422-4453. Georgia is ranked 38th in the nation for child well-being in 2020. Prevent Child Abuse Georgia says there are more than 11,000 confirmed victims of different forms of child abuse.
Broken down, 5% involves sexual abuse, 8% physical abuse, and 63% neglect. PCA Georgia says an adverse childhood experience can impair social and cognitive development and increase the likelihood of mental illness throughout adulthood.